Gazzy, back at the O2 Premier League finals night. Excited, nervous, or any of the above?
No, excited. I'm looking forward to it, and just looking forward to get out there and trying to perform. I know I've been playing well most of this season, and fingers crossed I'll do the same tomorrow.
Last time you came here, you obviously came close, but lost out. Can you take anything from the last time you were here on finals night?
Yeah, I probably don't take anything for granted because I felt like I was favourite for that, and I deserved to win. But it's all on the night. Doesn't matter how well you played leading up to the finals. You need to perform in the semi and the final. In the O2. So yeah, I need to be fully focused in both games, and I'm fully focused on the first game tomorrow. Fingers crossed I'll come through that one, and then concentrate on the final as well.
Obviously playing Luke Littler, it could have been Luke Humphries, but throwing away a really good lead last week in Sheffield. Is that playing in your mind at all that you could have been third and not fourth in the table?
No, I wanted to be fourth. I wanted to break. Before the final just to chill out. So for me, I wanted to win last week, but if I didn't, I preferred to finish fourth. So it was a blessing in disguise.
Look, we know that you're threatening something brilliant again. The big averages are there. It's just that minuscule away. Do you think tomorrow could be the catalyst for what could be an incredible year if it all goes well?
Yeah, definitely. But it's all on tomorrow night. I'm not worried about the rest of the year. It's just fully focused on my first game tomorrow, and then if I get through that one, look forward to the final. But yeah, it doesn't matter how well you played or if you play rubbish the rest of the year. Just tomorrow night is my main focus.
In January, when the lineup was announced, you and Nathan got a lot of criticism for being included, and you two both here on finals night. Is that nice to stick a finger up at everyone that said you shouldn't have been in?
No. I think people deserve to doubt the fact that me and Nathan should have been in. I wasn't in the best of form. Nathan wasn't either. But I'm just glad that I proved to myself that I've still got the game in me, and when I'm positive and I'm in the right frame of mind, that I can beat anyone and I can still play to the high standards that I know I can. But yeah, on the other hand, me and Nathan, the doubters said that we shouldn't be in there, and we could be the two that are in the final.
Cheers, Desi, thank you.
No worries.
Do you actually relish those big matches against Luke Littler? Because it seems as though there aren't many people that particularly enjoy playing him. Do you?
It's not the fact of playing Luke Littler. I just relish the big games. It doesn't matter who you're playing. I need that added pressure. I need that added energy, and the feeling of the big games, the big semi-finals, the big finals, and that's when I find my best stuff, and that's when I seem to perform. So yeah, I know I'll be fully focused tomorrow, and I will be giving 110%, and I will perform better tomorrow night than I have all the way through this Premier League.
Is that maybe the difference between this year's Premier League and previous years? You've been able to get yourself up for those big occasions, and that's what's got you here to the O2?
Yeah, possibly, but even in this Premier League, midway through, I'd sort of slipped up and dropped off a little bit. I lost 5 weeks on a bounce first game, and sort of those little lulls in between are not very good. But when it comes to finals and games where I'm under the ultimate pressure, that's when I find my best form. So I just had to make the finals, whether it was number 1, 2, 3 or 4, and I know I'd be in with a great chance of winning it, and I will be in a good position tomorrow.
You've alluded to the fact that you've been pretty happy with your form generally, and you sort of think that you're on the edge of that next big burst. Could big performance and potentially a win tomorrow night be the catalyst you need for a cracking end to the year and to get that next run going?
Yeah, well, like I said, I need these big games to get me focused, and if it's a first round of a Pro Tour or a European, sometimes I haven't got the urgency and I haven't got the will sometimes, but when it comes to these big games and the big occasions with big crowds, I know I'll turn up.
Thank you. Gazzy, what's the mindset like coming back here compared to 2 years ago? Because it feels like a lot's changed in terms of the crowd perception and your own sort of approach to the Premier League.
Yeah, it's been brilliant this year. Every venue really that I've been to, or at least 90% of them, they've all shown me great support and been right behind me, and I've showed on the stage as well. I've been hitting 9 darters, winning nights and performing really well, and fingers crossed I'll get the same reception tomorrow.
Luke's obviously defending champion and title favourite for tomorrow. Do you feel like all the pressure is on Luke?
Possibly, maybe you should ask him that, but I don't feel any pressure at all. That's a good thing over the last couple of years, whether it's semi-finals, finals, big majors. I don't really feel the pressure, but I can seem to get myself ready for these big games though.
Tell us about your preparation since last week. I know you were frying fish earlier in the week, weren't you?
Yeah, so it was Bank Holiday Monday. It was quite busy. I had to go in, give him a hand. So it was 3 of us in there, my daughter, my niece as well. And yeah, and it was absolute ram from the minute we opened till I left at like 3 o'clock. And then it just carried on right through the night. But I enjoy doing it. I enjoy just getting in there, getting my hands dirty, cooking up some fish and meeting the people that probably come there to see me rather than eat the fish. But it's good when they're buying the food as well.
Does that take your mind off darts as well? Does that help to take your mind off it?
Yeah, obviously being in there, it is quite busy and, stops me thinking about darts too much, but I've got other things going on as well, doing a little bit of property and, whether I'm playing snooker or doing something else, I've got a couple of different things to try and keep me focused.
Jesse, at the end of last year you told us that this year we'd see a different version of you, and to be fair to you, we have seen it. Has it felt different when you turn up to tournaments? Do you feel like a different person compared to last year?
Yeah, because I know the way sometimes I turn up to events or turn up to venues and I can feel sometimes that I'm not in the right frame of mind, and that's my own downfall. And this year hasn't been that way. I've been a lot more positive and focused and determined to just turn up and perform, and it just feels a lot better this year.
And why is that? Why is that change of mindset?
Obviously I had a little bit of help before the World Championships, seeing a sports psychologist, and he sort of put me on the right path and made me think a little bit differently, and yeah, just sort of ways to think while I'm on stage as well as off stage. Don't get me wrong, the bits on stage I didn't really agree with, because I just need to be up there playing, and unless you think on stage it probably makes things a bit easier. But my focus off the stage certainly helped with the bloke I was working with, and I haven't spoke to him since the World Championship, so if I need him towards the end of the year again, I'll definitely give him a call. But things have been going to plan so far.
This year we've seen big wins, we've seen titles, 9 darters. How close are you now to the best version of you, your top level?
I think it's quite a way to go. I've not really performed at my ultimate best, and I know I've got a lot more gears and I've got a lot more in the tank. And yeah, if I bring that out tomorrow, then there's no reason, or there's someone's going to have to play out of their skin to beat me. So yeah, hopefully that will happen.
Good luck tomorrow. Thank you.
To attract younger audience, should darts adopt online entertainment formats like such as TikTok challenges, similar to esports? Would you be interested in taking part?
Would I be interested in taking part in TikTok competitions?
Yes, such as.
I'm not sure. It depends what it is. I'm open to anything, but possibly.
Thank you. And if you were talking to young darts players just starting out, what's the major things you'd tell them to help them succeed? I
would probably say, just concentrate on your own game. Don't try and follow in certain players' footsteps, because obviously Luke has done fantastic, and he's probably 1 in a million. And yeah, just keep going to events and playing as well as you can, and taking it step by step. But don't expect things to happen overnight.
Okay, so you had that fantastic winning run against Luke. Does it matter that the spell has been broken, if you like, or is it more a case of you're going in tomorrow night having beaten Luke, is it 7 times out of 9, I think, or something, but overall you've got a much better recent record against him than the other way around?
Yeah, but it was obviously, it was going to come to an end, so I'd rather it be that he've won 2 now out of the 9, rather than me being 9-0 up and then he go and turn me over in the O2. So yeah, hopefully I get myself back on track and get back on top of Luke tomorrow.
Luke's big fish celebrations become a thing. What's the biggest fish you sell in your fish camp? Is it a jumbo haddock or something?
Yeah, I think it's a decent sized fish. We only sell cod. We did try haddock, but not many people like it. But yeah, we'll probably sell like a 14-ounce fish, which is quite big.